Hello, everyone. I am so excited to hang out with you tonight and really begin to talk more about becoming her. And tonight, I want to talk about women, wealth, and worth. How can you unlock the mindset of abundance? Because success isn't just about the money in your wallet. Sometimes we think it's about what's in our bank account, but it really is about the beliefs in our hearts and the conversations we're having in our head. And if you want to change your money, you have to first change your mind. And I never understood that. I heard it so many times. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because if I had just more money in my bank account or more money in my purse, I know my mindset would change. But when you look at successful people, what they have is confidence and faith that no matter what happens, they're going to be taken care of. And so I want you to think about who here has ever talked yourself out of a dream because of the money. Be honest. I know I have. There have been times where I had a dream to accomplish something. And in my head, my first thought is, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. It's just not going to be. And because of that, I think it kept me from doing or accomplishing a dream because I kind of like I totally took it off of me being able to do it because of I just didn't believe it was possible. And so I want to talk to you and really begin to dig into how can we begin to let go of the belief barrier? How can we let go of thinking that, oh, I can't afford it, or, I'm not smart enough, or all of those things that's keeping us in the way. So I'm so sorry. My husband is calling me and texting me. So I'm going to answer because he's picking up something for me. And so I want to make sure that he has it. So anyway, my name is under my name. Okay, honey, my name. Okay, here we go. So anyway, let me get back to this. So when you think about things, I want you, for me, when I think about it, God has really helped me to see who I am and who I belong to. I was thinking about today as I was riding my bike. My husband and I were riding our bikes, and I was just looking all around, looking at the trees that have multiple leaves, the grass. And I really just thought about God gave us nature to show us who He is, and that if He can take care of nature, if He can help trees to grow, if He can help grass to grow, then He definitely can take care of me. And so there are things I need to let go of. There is doubt I need to stop holding on to so that I can move forward. And that is one of the things that helped me kind of get across the barrier of investing and building a retirement fund because I always felt I couldn't afford it. I thought whatever was going on in my life right then, I can't afford this right now. I can't afford to invest because I have my kids to take care of. I have bills to pay. I have my mortgage. But when I began to think about, wow, if God can help multiply the leaves or grow the grass, He definitely can take care of me. So there are 4 belief barriers that I want to talk about tonight. Number 1 is scarcity. Number 2 is failure. Number 3 is judgment. And number 4 is success. So the biggest walls in our lives are not made of concrete. They are built by our own fears and beliefs. So the first one, scarcity, is kind of like there's never enough. There's never going to be enough. Failure is like, oh, what if I lose it all? What if I work and I get all of this stuff and I lose it? And then there's also times we have our own judgment of what will others think if I begin to produce wealth or I begin to invest or all of these things. There's something in us sometimes that holds us back because we think other people will judge us. And number 4 is success. What if I can't keep it up? So I'm doing all of this, but what if I can't keep it up? So I want you to grab a sheet of paper and I want you to write down one belief that has been holding you back in your financial life. Something that's just been whispering in your head that has really been holding you back. So I want you to think about that for a minute. So I'm going to give you a minute just to think about that. What is one thing that has been holding you back? What is one thing that's been holding you back? I know for me, a lot of times the things that holds me back is like, am I gonna fail at this? So I might think it's a good idea, but what if, I'm not successful at it? So that's something that sometimes holds me back because I like to be successful and I don't like to put out there, oh, I'm trying this. And then what if it's not successful? And I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned is if it's not successful, I can learn from that. Learning from that can be a step to something different. So, what about you? What is something that's holding you back? What is a belief that's holding you back? Okay. So, we have that. Let's think about that. And I want us to, we're going to do something with the one that you wrote down. So just keep that. We don't fix what we don't face. But once you face it, you can flip it. That's a quote that heard from Lisa Nichols. And it really just sticks out to me because a lot of times we're not willing to face what's holding us back. So we're going to talk for a few minutes and figure out what are the things that are holding us back. So the first step is awareness, right? We need to begin to journal our money story. Who taught you about money? What phrases shaped you? So for example, some of us grew up in an era where we heard money doesn't grow on trees. And so we heard that many times, money doesn't grow on trees. So we were going to the store and it's like, hey, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. You can't get that. Oprah Winfrey grew up with poverty and limiting beliefs, but later on, she reframed that part of her story into one of purpose-driven wealth. So many of us have had these stories. You're not the only one. So I want to encourage you in that. After you kind of write down your money story, where did you get that from? What was said to you? You have to reframe what was told to you. So for example, one of mine is, oh, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math. I suck at math. I was never good at math. But what I can reframe that is that I'm learning to be good at math and I'm learning how to master money every day. Another one could be, I never have enough. So instead of you're looking at your paycheck and you're thinking, man, I never have enough. You could say money flows to me with purpose. You can look at the money that you have and also be thanking God that, hey, God, look at this money that you provided for me. And I think so many times God wants to provide more for us, but we look at what it's like with your kids, right? So you give them a gift and if they're like, what? This isn't enough. What is this? Are you going to keep giving them things? Or if you give them a gift and they're like, yes, thank you. This is amazing. And you as a parent are like, I'm going to give this child more things. Sara Blakely, the woman who she's a millionaire, she might be a billionaire now. She said she failed the LSAT twice, but she decided to use that failure to go in a different direction. And now she has built a $1 billion company. And she started off with $5,000. Wow. So the next step is take bold action. Don't wait to be perfect. Move with what you have now. I love the story of Madam C.J. Walker, and she was the first self-made millionaire. She started with a hair product in the kitchen. She didn't wait for investors. She sold door to door, building confidence and cash flow at the same time. So, can you imagine? Like, I can't even imagine living during that time, but the fact that she had nothing and created something out of everyday household products and sold it door to door. She took the steps. And so I want you to think about what's one action you can take this week, whether that is saving $25, investing $50, setting up a savings account, a high yield savings account, reading a chapter in a wealth book. I love reading books, and there are just so many. This one is The Main Street Millionaire by Cody Sanchez. Amazing book, very encouraging. That could just be one bold step that you take. The last thing is you need community, you need accountability, because we can't do it on our own. There are times when we're going to feel like giving up. And so we need community and accountability, because wealth loves company. Surround yourself with women who are walking in abundance. For example, Lisa Nichols talks about how she went from living on government assistance with only $11.42 in her account. She built a multi-million-dollar motivational empire, and she shaped it all by having positive thinkers around her. And you can do it too. We can do this if we have one another, because God has created you with this amazing dream. And we have to stop letting our fears, our beliefs, our thoughts get in the way. So I want you to think about everything we talked about today. This week, I want you to replace every negative money thought with a new abundant one, and take one bold step towards financial freedom. Sis, you don't have to wait another year. You don't have to wait another month. You don't have to wait another day to rewrite your money story. You are the author. You are the abundance. You are becoming her. And I want to invite you to a retreat that I'm having. I have so many amazing speakers coming, and I'm hoping that many of you can join us here in Florida. It's going to be amazing in a beautiful hotel, where we're bringing women together to help them take the next step while they're right in the room. We are going to be creating a wealth plan while you're in the room. You're going to be learning the techniques. Maybe that means opening up a investment account. We're going to do it right in the room with your sisters cheering you on and surrounding you. Whether that is learning how to get out of debt, whether that's learning how to trade stocks, invest in ETFs. We're going to do it all together October 24th through the 26th. And I really hope that you will join me here. We already have lots of amazing women registered. So the information is here. If you have any questions, please message me. But it is time, sis, to become her today. Thanks for joining me. Be blessed.